What's going on, guys? Welcome to Stock Watch Sunday and welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad and I had just came back from a Ravens game, so I do apologize for this crazy looking hat, although I do think it's quite amazing. I had a rough day at M&T Bank Stadium today. Played the Pittsburgh Steelers, who is probably one of the greatest rivalries in all of sports. At this stage of the game, which is the Ravens and the Steelers. So we won one, they won one. You know, we went to their house and embarrassed them. They came to our house and embarrassed us. It's just classic rival Pittsburgh, Baltimore. You know, just I don't know. It's textbook. You know, I went to the game hoping that we could come out with a win, but you know, you're just not surprised when something like that happens. It still sucks nonetheless, but it is what it is. And so on to Monday, on to my three stocks that I'm watching this week, and that is DIGAF, INKW, and AFTC. So if you guys aren't new, or new to my channel, I should say, welcome. You know, what I do is I find success in trading over-the-counter stocks, and these are stocks that are not traditionally traded on the New York Stock Exchange. These are most typically micro penny stocks that are traded well under a penny. And the reason why I love this is because the volatility that you find down here in the OTC is crazy. Now, this can go one of two ways. Obviously, it can go an immense amount of potential on the upside, but then there's also that downside, right? So the volatility can go one way or the other. And so what we do is we try to find the best possible outcome. And so I've found success in trading these types of stocks. And what I've done is that I've created a community. It's called We Trade HQ. Me and my partner Jake have gotten together and created this community. And it's not just focused on over-the-counter stocks, but I am a part of this community, obviously. So if you don't find that over-the-counter stocks are for you, that's okay. We Trade HQ is still going to be the place for you to grow and learn and become a better trader, no matter what part of the market you're trading in, including cryptocurrency. We're bringing on partners to our We Trade HQ community. We are growing faster than any other community that's out there. It's amazing, guys. We've been live, what, 4 months? 4 months, and we have over 2,300 members worldwide and growing every day. The best part is that nobody leaves. Nobody leaves our community. Once they're here, they're family, and we treat everybody as such. And that's the best part about We Trade HQ. So if you're interested in joining us, check the links down in the description and be a part of the We Trade HQ community. So without further ado, welcome, folks. Good to see you all. As always, if you're looking to ask any questions, please feel free to ask them over here where everybody's tuning in. And yeah, well, that's true, Josh. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them over there, and I will get to them towards the end of the video. So stay tuned throughout the duration of this live stream, and I will get to them in a timely fashion. So I'm doing things a little bit differently. Usually I have my little pretty face in a corner right down in this area. Where is it at? In this area right here. But I just got a new computer and I'm still trying to figure it out. So when I'm showing you the stocks that I'm watching, you won't see me, but you'll see my screen that I will be sharing with you, and you'll still get the point. So I'll come back whenever you know, I'm done showing that with you, and then I'll go ahead and answer you know, the questions as you're asking them. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and switch on over. So I know guys, I know you love seeing me and my beautiful, beautiful face, but it's just not going to happen right now. I'll get to fixing it. Don't worry. So if you are new to my community, if you have never seen this before, this is WeTradeHQ.com. What you can do here is you can do what I did. I went up here and I searched whatever ticker that I was looking for. In this case, it was INKW, aka Green Concepts Incorporated, and I clicked enter. I was able to look at a live trading view chart, which is integrated into the site, and I can see what people are talking about right over here, all in real time, which is fantastic. And it's all for free. You can create a free profile online here within WeTradeHQ.com and check all this stuff out free. We provide so many tools out there for you to become a better trader that it's insane that we're giving this all to you for nothing, guys. So here is the first ticker that I'm looking at this week. We've had it on our watch list now for a week or two as it is, and it's INKW. Now, this is one that I'm not usually typically fond of, particularly because of the way that it moves. Usually, I'm trying to find something that's extremely liquid, something that I can get in and out of in a I don't know, in an easy fashion, I guess. You know, something that's trading very fluidly, very liquid, so that I can get in and out easily. INKW is a little bit more, it's a little different than, you know, the type of stock than what I'm usually trading. This one's going to be a little bit more of a challenge to try to get out of when I choose to exit out of the stock. I have gotten into the stock at around, you know, $0.015 or so, right around when I told you guys that I was getting into this, and you know, that I saw value. And here's the reason why I saw value. So the went to OTCmarkets.com. This is one of the primary resources that I use to find any kind of information that I'm looking for on a stock. And this is one of the things that piqued my interest. If I'm looking here at October 31st, 2018, they put out annual reports and are looking to get themselves current. They put out 3 annual reports. They put out an attorney letter to get current. Right now, the yield sign is on there. Previously, before these annual reports were out, stop sign was there. It was dark and defunct. We now have a verified profile. We go to the company profile and it says Green Concepts. Everything's been updated on 2018, October 2018. We go to the entity information, and here is the other kicker. The New York Secretary of State, where this company is registered at, is now active. If you can see here, it says active. This just happened this past week, which is another exciting thing for INKW. And if you go to their website, which is not live yet, they're giving you hints, okay? They're giving you helpful hints on the direction that INKW is going. And if you just kind of move your mouse around just like I am right here, and I stop over the light bulb, oh my God. That looks like a pot leaf to me, does it not? To you? Absolutely it does. So, one thing that we love to see in the OTC is reinstatements, getting the company current so that they can reveal to us what it is that they are doing. And INKW is one of those stocks that is doing just that. So we have a couple of things going on. Disclosures came out with the last 3 years of their filings for annual reports. The attorney letter came out for them to go current. They have a yield sign. I anticipate that that's going to drop, and we're going to see pink current sometime this week. And then they're going to reveal to us exactly what it is that they're getting into, which, as I said, we can see here on their website that INKW is looking to possibly get into the cannabis industry. Now, we know that there's a lot of weed stocks out there, but in particular, this one, why I like this one is because how thinly this is being traded. And how I know that is because if I'm looking at the share structure here, there's only 109 million shares in the float, which means that there could be even just a small catalyst that would send this running with very little buying volume. So if I got into this and there's a lot of people buying it up, then the price per share on this, the price action, is going to move pretty radically, even with the smallest catalyst that shows up. So this is why I love INKW right now. I think that there are some exciting things to come, and it has potential to make some serious moves depending on what that catalyst might be. So there's INKW. Just going to check in with you guys to see how we're doing, see if anybody has any other questions with that. Jan says, nice hat. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, so it looks like we're good so far. I see somebody's chiming in on DIGAF, and we'll get there. So the next one's AFTC. Now, again, we're back here at WeTradeHQ.com, and I'm looking at the chart here. And this is tricky because it's a 000. It started out as a 000 stock. I got into this late, actually, a week ago, this past Friday. So I got in, you know, in the 000 range. You know, I shouted this out in the group, which again, if you're not part of it, check the links in the description. If you're watching this at a later date, or if you're watching this live right now, check those links to get access to check out our free group and be part of the WeTradeHQ community. So, if you're looking at AFTC, the reason I'm putting these lines here is because I'm just showing some lines of support. Friday was a great day for AFTC. AFTC is one of those ones that I've had on the watch list last Sunday for last Sunday Stock Watch. So if you're looking for more information on AFTC, check it out there. But I indicated to you guys last week that I thought perhaps this was going to be one that we could see a potential merger on because of this. So AFTC was originally Alternative Fuel Technologies. And what I pointed out to you guys last week was that ZONE Media and the Gmail, the ZONE, or the Zone, as how it's pronounced, gmail.com, was updated on their company profile, which I thought was very interesting. And we know that Zone Media is part of a larger company, Tata, which is a communications outlet in Southeast Asia, a very large outlet that they could potentially be merging into based on the DD that I showed you last week. Now, here's the other thing. Just on Friday, their Secretary of State in North Carolina was just updated to Connection One Core. So this is, again, another clue, another piece of the puzzle that could be indicating that there is some sort of merger going on with AFTC. None of this resembles that, you know, AFTC being part of any of this any longer. And that, again, would allude to me that perhaps the AFTC could be on the verge of a major run because of mergers. And if you don't know anything about mergers, it's one of the biggest catalysts in the OTC that could send a stock running. That's one of the major catalysts that we always look for. You know, when a major company buys up another smaller shell to take over, that is what we love to see. We love to see that, but we also love to see share structure, right? Share structure, how thick is this thing? Is this thing really going to move or what? So we look at this, the float's about 500,000 shares, which is always attractive. We love seeing that as well. It means that it has, you know, not going to take a lot of buying power for this thing to move. And, you know, we'll see. Now, I know that this float is representative of 2010, but the way that this is moving, look, let's just look at the chart here. So, oh, that's DIGAF, sorry. So if we look at the chart here, it's really not taking much volume to move this from the 000 range to the 00 range. So while, yes, those float numbers could be very outdated, and we don't have a whole lot to go off of when it comes to share structure as far as what the transfer agent is sharing with us, I think that perhaps, even though that these numbers seem rather high, that the way that it's trading, hang on it, so that the way that it's trading tells me that perhaps that this could be much thinner than anticipated. I mean, it took really hardly any buying volume to get it from the 000 range, from 0005, 0006, all the way up to 0012, 0013 range. I strongly feel that if we can get this over that 0013, 0014 hump, that we could see a very nice run when it comes to AFTC. We saw this, you know, back in the late spring area of this year, how it went up to 0035 and even had highs of 0038, almost to that 004 range. That would be great if we could see that. If this merger actually happens to be a real thing, we could see numbers even higher than that for sure. You know, I'm not going to speculate, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that we could see a penny or more should this merger actually be a real thing. So this is why I have AFTC very much on the radar. I will just fully disclose that I am invested in this. So, you know, I don't want anybody to buy this simply because I am in it or because I bought it. You know, the whole purpose of this live stream is just to show you how I find value in stocks and how I do my due diligence, so that perhaps maybe you could do it similarly and inform your own decisions. So there's AFTC. Let me go ahead and check in, make sure everybody's still good. Looks like they are. Matthew Steele says finally made it to a live one. Nice, welcome, buddy. Name change, yep, there you go. So, okay, we'll get to some other ones once I'm done, but let's go on to the next one that I'm watching this week, and it's DIGAF. DIGAF has been on the radar for a lot of folks This is the first time that I've had it on my Stockwatch Sunday. I think that DIGAF, again, this is the daily chart, again, on WeightTradeHQ.com. You can go ahead and do your own technical analysis for free and check out what people are talking about, it again, for free on WeightTradeHQ.com. So if you're looking here on the daily chart, it looks to me that if you're looking to make an entry on DIGAF, that perhaps there is a nice solid support level somewhere around the 008 range, 0085. If we go back to the hourly chart, you can see why I found that, or why I saw that, why I think that perhaps 0085 could be a potential entry, as long as there's no other catalyst that propels us even further than that. I think DIGAF is definitely a great catalyst, and part of that is because if you look here first of all, this is their latest news or service that came out on October 11th. So I just clicked on a shareholder update, looking at the shareholder update, and they are looking, then they haven't, I'm sorry, they're not adding any more convertible debt to the company. And all that's left, the 3 remaining notes that have achieved maturity have combined balance owing approximately less than $100,000. It is anticipated the remaining combined balance will be cleared from the company balance sheet during a Q4 or sooner. So the way that DIGAF has been moving, I have reason to believe that perhaps they have gotten rid of all that convertible debt. Considering that it was less than $100,000, it would not have taken much to get rid of that with all the buying power that's been going on with DIGAF recently. And if they are not converting, which means that they are not diluting this stock and pushing the price, pushing the buying pressure down, that if there's a catalyst that comes out on DIGAF, that it will move significantly higher than where it is. It went from the micro penny area, actually had lows of even 0010. I don't know what that sell was there. I wouldn't even pay attention to that really, because I think it was just a crazy, maybe like a market sell, something like that. The true low here for me, I think, is going to be the 0053 range. I think that that is where the actual bottom potentially was. So it ran from this all the way up to over a penny on Friday, and I think there's much more room for DIGAF to go. Again, if it were me and I was going to try to make an entry on this, I would look to try to make an entry somewhere around this 0086 range, because that's where I find a pretty solid support level. So there is my top 3 stocks to watch for this week. So let me bring myself back here so you can see my beautiful face in my amazing Ravens hat, because it's awesome, even though we now have a losing record. AFC North is tough, guys. AFC North is tough. But, John, you know what, man? You're lucky I'm live streaming. I got words for that. Something tells me you're a Steelers fan. But, yeah, the Falcons are good. Their defense sucks, but hey, whatever. Such is life. That's been the Falcons ever since I can remember. But anyway, Ken says DIGAF, no convertible net notes. Really like this one. Yeah, that's why I like it too. Glad that your views align with mine. Again, guys, just want to make sure that you're understanding that these are stocks that I'm saying to watch. These are not stocks that I'm saying to buy, to sell, anything like that. The whole purpose of these Stock Watch Sundays is just to get you, kind of in that mindset of just how I find value in stocks and how I become successful in finding value in stocks such as these. Now, there have been plenty of them that I've had on Stock Watch Sunday that have ran, 1,000% or more. It doesn't mean that all of them do that, but there is that potential there. They've also gone the other direction. So it doesn't mean that I get this right all the time, but there's plenty of times that I do. The key to this is cutting your losses short. Don't sit in something that you're just going to run all the way into the ground, because that does happen, and I hate to see that happen to folks. So make sure you're cutting your losses short, because if you do that and you diversify your portfolio, just like I teach in my course, if you're interested in stepping up your game within WeTradeHQ and your trading career, there is a course for you that's available on WeTradeHQ.com. And while everything else is free, that's something that you do have to pay for, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately. I mean, if you look at college degrees and tuition you have to pay, it's really just a fraction of what you have to pay to get a wealth of knowledge. And you can also join in my daily mentorship that I go live a half hour before the market opens, and I stay live a half hour after it opens, so I could potentially be making trades live with you there. Could also identify stocks that I probably would stay away from. If you check out WeTradeHQ.com and join that course, I know that there's folks that are right over here in this chat that are part of my community within the Own the Chaos crew and have subscribed to my mentorship, have also bought my course, and it's changed their life for the better. And that's all I try to do, is just change people's lives. I do it every day, and I love it. That's what wakes me up every morning, gets me out of bed, and gives me purpose in life, is to just know that I'm changing people's lives. It's just an amazing feeling. And, I could trade all I wanted all day long and not have to do anything when it comes to helping others out and just live my life. But for me, I feel like that I have a deeper purpose, and it's to help others and change their lives for the better. So I know that I do that, and if you're interested in doing that and being part of the chaotic world that is the OTC, I encourage you to check out. The links are in the description. So let's go ahead and check out, see what everybody else is looking at. So TREP, don't forget this monster. Yeah, absolutely. So TREP has been an amazing runner. For me personally, it's something that I'm not going to get into, only because I think that, for me, just my personal style, my personal strategy, TREP is too high at this point. It's too volatile. I'm always like that bottom feeder. I always like to try to find those bottom supports and the absolute bottom and run that up. For me, TREP was a missed opportunity. I'm real sick at myself or mad at myself that I didn't get in at that very bottom. And ran it up all the way to where it is now. Man, that stock is super thin. It's just got the momentum like crazy. So TREP is definitely one. So if you guys were in that in the earlier parts of it trading even last week and the week before, congratulations to you. TREP is a monster. So thanks for that, Andrew. Thanks for chiming in on that. TREP is great. It's a great stock. It was a good play. So kudos to you. So GIFX was FRFS, Firefish, and is now GIFA Inc. It is a Turkish company that has now merged and taken over FRFS. They've had a name change. They are now GIFX. Had some low volume here this past week. This is still one that I think that has a lot of potential. It's made a nice run, right, that Ken was saying, into 30. Now, 19 cents off of highs. Look, whenever a stock runs like this, look, GIFA or GIFX has ran from literally sub penny all the way up to 30 cents in a year's time, which is massive. We don't see that too often, especially with these merger plays. GIFX is so thinly traded. The share structure is so tiny that it takes so little buying volume to move this thing, that I anticipate that whatever catalyst is coming, whatever GIFA is up to, it could definitely send us well over 30 cents. It's just one of those patience plays. If you have money to be sitting in there while you have other money to be playing around with, and you're comfortable with just letting it sit there and grow, I think that GIFX could be a solid play long term. If you're looking for a short-term win, I'm not sure GIFX is going to be for you, but if you're looking to just sit in this and sit back and see this story unfold, I think that GIFA is still doing that, and it's just going to be one of those patience plays. So stay tuned for that. I think GIFX is going to be one to watch out for long term. So DSGT dilution looks to be ending. They just announced partnership with a IB, and they are announcing a name change in the next couple of weeks with a new website going live. Eyes on it. So I'll take a look at that one. PHIL. So Photo Guy, PHIL is just one, man, they just come out with news and news and news and news, and then nothing happens with PHIL. And it's just one of those things that's been constantly frustrating people. And I think just about everybody's given up on PHIL. So, I mean, you can like it and you can watch it. For me personally, I think PHIL is just one of those ones where it's just the boy that cried wolf. You know, they're coming out with acquisition after acquisition. They're doing this thing and that thing, and then nothing comes to fill. Nothing. You know, it was a great run back in the summer of 2017. I just don't know if Phil's really got it in it anymore. It's kind of frustrating for people who are still in it. I played it a couple of times, kind of got burned on it. Not really interested in PHIL, but if you see value in it, go for it, for sure. Yeah, GIFX, I think we're waiting on financials on that as well, but I think there's another, I don't know. I feel like all of this hasn't been for nothing, and we'll see what GIFX has to show us very soon. I think it's going to be very soon, just historically on these types of things, but I'm not sure. Obviously, I can't say for sure that it's 100% going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. Alan, I'll take a look at JPEX, but before I do that, let's take a look at DSGT. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. We'll take a look at DSGT. DSG Global. Let's take a look at the chart and see. It's another 000. So one thing I will tell you is that 000 stocks are not my forte. I will tell you that I get them wrong more times than I get them right. It's just they're so unpredictable and so volatile. You can see there's a really heavy resistance at 0008. You know, if you can somehow manage to scoop up some 0007s, I think based off of the chart that you probably would be in good shape. It doesn't look like it's gone any lower than that. Could be a decent bottom play, but we'll see. So if we're looking at DSGT from a fundamental standpoint, and I'm just going to look very briefly. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because fundamentals obviously can take some time for looking through it. Floats at 1.6 billion, which is a little bit fatter than I'd like to see, but you know, we'll have to see where it goes. If you're telling me that they're still not officially done dilution and we still have some converting to go, then it's not something that I'm particularly a fan of. But if we look to see if there's any news on it, looking at the news, hasn't been anything out recently since May of this year. There was an 8K out that came out 2 weeks ago. But for me, it's just that's really not that big of a deal, the 8K that came out. So, I mean, I don't know. If you see value in DSGT, I say go for it. But for me, just be aware that because of the share structure and because of the fact that they still have a lot of, or they still have debt to convert, then you know, that wouldn't be one for me. So, you know, I think while DSGT there could be some potential there. I'm not sure that. That would be one that I would go for personally, just because that share structure is going to take so much buying volume. And really, with the market being as kind of wonky as it's been lately, with not a whole lot of volume overall in the OTC, that's going to be one that's going to be really big risk to make a play on, I think, just in my opinion. JPEX, yeah, there's a lot of outstanding shares. So JPEX looked at, looks like a great lot of play, but share structure looks good. Let's take a look at it, Alan. I'd be happy to take a look at that for you. JPEX. Let's see what we got going on here. Jasper Explorations. Looks like you were talking about it a couple days ago, Alan. This is something that I really don't like. There's not a whole lot of volume going on, which means it's super illiquid, and the fact that it's in the 000 range is even more of a no-go for me. But let's take a look. I'm not going to completely rule it out just yet. Maybe if there's some buying volume that comes in, it could you know, become liquid if it looks like there's potential here. So let's see. Nothing as far as SEC filings recently. I don't know if there's any news on this. I don't see any news. Looking at the security details, there's not much going as far as share structure goes. Outstanding shares, if this is any indicator of what the float may look like, that is the only thing that I can see myself being a fan of. But there needs to be more volume going on before I could say, okay, this may be something that I would consider taking a play on. Just because there's so much, there's really, it's very illiquid. There's no buying volume going on, not even any selling volume. There's just no volume at all. So especially because this is a 000 stock, it probably would take nothing if you were to get into this to receive a 50% haircut once somebody sells down here in the 0004 or even 0003 range. So while, Alan, I like where your head's at, this is not particularly something that I would be too keen on buying right out of the gate. But if there is some sort of potential that comes out on JPEX, there could be something going there. It could be a play. MAVTD. So MAVT. So the only thing that I don't like about it is that there was a split that happened with MAVT. And the reverse merger is obviously, we always like that sort of thing, but the split that occurred is not something that probably people are going to be too fond of going after. I know that it's post-split, but it's still not one of those things where I just don't see that's probably going to be a lot of people buying into. So, again, it's not something that I'm saying that I would that you should just stay away from. Don't buy it, but just be careful, be cautious. So, anyways, that's all I got for you guys tonight. So we went over a bunch of stuff. So I hope that you got something out of this live stream of my Stock Watch Sunday. I do this every Sunday evening, and thanks for directing your attention away from the Patriots Green Bay game. It's only the second time that Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers have met up in the regular season. It's kind of crazy. I didn't really realize that, but it's going to be a great game. So thanks for tuning in with me this evening, and I appreciate you. So Sabine, thanks for tuning in. I see that you're new. Thanks for that. So if you guys are interested in joining my group, my channel, my community, all the links are in the description. I am part of WeTradeHQ.com. WeTradeHQ is, again, a great community to be a part of. We have traders of all types, of all backgrounds, from people who have been trading for 20 minutes and people who have been trading for 20 years. We're all there. We're all here to help. We celebrate each other's success and just work to make you a better trader, to change your life, whatever it may be. If you're looking to quit your job, if you're looking to have that freedom of just being able to be your own boss, then we're for you. If you're looking to just maybe quit that second job, or just have an alternate source of income, whatever it is, you want to take an extra vacation and do that by trading in the stock market, we're here. We're here for you. And the best part about it is that being a part of this community is absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is if you're looking to step up your game and maybe try to avoid some of those mistakes that I made as a trader when I first started out, and so that you don't have to make those, then you can join my Own the Chaos course, be part of my Own the Chaos mentorship. And while it does cost a little bit of money, it's not something that's going to break the bank, so I don't want you to think that either. But it's there for you if you want it. If you don't, there's no obligation for you to buy that either. Again, it's WeTradeHQ.com. Check the links down in the description, and you will not be disappointed. I guarantee you that you won't leave our community once you join, and you'll be part of something truly great. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I appreciate all of you. Please subscribe if you have not done so already, and smash that like button if you haven't done so as well, to show me some further support. And as always, guys, I will see you all before the bell. And B Smith is out. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one.